Hello everyone, welcome Lead School at Home. Today we will start the new chapter of economics in unit 3rd, that is third one, money and credit. Please student, put your textbook in front of you while watching this video and be ready with your pen, pencil and notebook. Now we will move towards the first point, that is money as a medium of exchange. The use of money spans a very large part of our everyday life. Means we use money in a very large part of our everyday life. Look around you and you would easily be able to identify several transactions involving money in any single day. When we look around in our surrounding, that time we will see it will be identify several transactions involving money in a single day. Can you make a list of these? And the transactions are involving at the grocery place, means grocery store, then at the medical store, then at the petrol pump, at the bank, then at the industry. Means at these places we can see different transactions in a single day. If you have any list, you can also write down that list. In many of these transactions, goods are being bought and sold with the use of money. And in this transaction, goods are being bought and sold with the use of money. Means we can take good and give money in front of the person. In some of these transactions, services are being exchanged with money, and also services are being exchanged with money. See, we are using mobile phones, and for that recharge, or if any problem you have, you call to the service center, means at the customer center, and sometime we will spend money on our mobile for repairing or recharging the mobiles. Now, for some, there might not be any actual transfer of money taking place now, but a promise to pay money later. Now, for some, means in some transaction might not be any actual transfer of money taking place now, but a promise to pay money later. Now we will move towards the next point. Have you ever wondered why transactions are made in money? Now, why transactions are made in money? See the reason. The reason is simple. A person holding money can easily exchange it for any commodity or service that he or she might want. Means if any person want commodity or services, that time he spend money and take that commodity or service. Thus everyone prefer to receive payments in money and then exchange the money for things that they want. And in this way everyone prefers to receive payments in money and exchange the money for things that they want. Take the case of a shoe manufacturer. He wants to sell shoes in the market and buy wheat. The shoe manufacturer will first exchange shoe that he has produced for money and then exchange the money for wheat. Means suppose a seller of shoe, first he sell his shoes in the market for money, then he will take money after selling the shoes and then if he want wheat, then he expense that money and take wheat. Imagine how much more. Now we will move towards the next. Difficult it would be if the shoe manufacturer had to directly exchange shoes for wheat without the use of money. He would have to look for a wheat growing farmer who not only wants to sell wheat but also want to buy the shoes in exchange. Suppose the exchange of money means medium of exchange as a money is not there in this transaction. What he will do, that shoe seller, first he look that person who want to look for a wheat growing farmer who not only want to sell wheat but also want to buy the shoes in exchange. And in this process lot of time will consume and many more difficulties will arise. That is, both parties have to agree to sell and buy each other commodities. This is known as double coincidence of wants, and this is, we call it as double coincidence of want. See, here picture has given, I shall give you shoes for wheat. I don't need shoes, I need clothes. Means he want to give you shoes for your wheat. And here he is telling, I don't need shoes, I need clothes. And one more there, I want shoes, but I don't have wheat. Now this is the double coincidence of wheat. Means want. What a person desires to sell is exactly what the other wishes to buy. In a barter system where goods are directly exchanged without the use of money, double coincidence of want is an essential feature. But when we goes in the past at a barter system, that time goods are directly exchanged without the use of money, and double coincidence of wants is an essential feature on that time. Now we will move towards the next paragraph. In contrast, in an economy where money is in use, money, by providing the crucial intermediate step, eliminates the needs of a double coincidence of wants. It is no longer necessary for the shoe manufacturer to look for a farmer who will buy his shoes and at the same time sell him. In a contrast, means double coincidence of wants. In an economy where money is in use, money, by providing the crucial intermediate step, eliminates the need for double coincidence of want. Means money which play an intermediate step to vanish the double coincidence of wants. It is no longer necessary for the shoe manufacturer to look for a farmer who will buy his shoes and at the same time sell him. Now we will move towards on next page. Wheat. It is no longer necessary for the shoe manufacturer to look for a farmer who will buy this shoe and at the same time sell him wheat, and it will consume the time for both to the shoe manufacturer and the seller of wheat. All he has to do is find a buyer for his shoes. Once he has exchanged his shoes for money, he can purchase wheat or any other commodity in the market. Means when he exchanged his shoe for money and he can purchase wheat from the market at his reasonable cost. Since many acts as an intermediate in the exchange process, it is called a medium of exchange. And in this way, what money act as an intermediate in this the process of exchange, it is called a medium of exchange. This question is very important, that is every time, means oftenly this question asked in your board exam, that is why rupees play an medium of exchange. Now after that, let's work this out. Is there, please student do this exercise as a homework. Two questions are there. First question is, how does the use of money make it easier to exchange things? Just now we have seen that. Second question, can you think of some example of goods or services being exchanged or wages being paid through barter? Please student write the answer and send on our class group on WhatsApp. Now we will move towards the next point, that is modern forms of money. We have seen that money is something that can act as a medium of exchange in transactions. Means money play an act as a medium of transaction in the exchange of commodity. Before the introduction of coins, a variety of objects was used as money, and before, in the past, a variety of objects were used as money. See here on your left hand side, some images has given. First one is early punch marked coins. It may be near about 2500 years old. Now below side is Gupta coins. See here. Then at that below, Tughlaq coins is there. Then after that, gold mohar from Akbar's reigns. Gold mohar from Akbar's reign. Now here the word is there. Reign means to rule. When Akbar was there, that time this money were used for exchange the commodities. Now after that, below side, modern coin is there. Just now we are using for exchanging the commodities. Now we will move friends, that is, for example, since the very early ages, Indians used grains and cattle as money. Means just earlier we have discussed some terms of money in the past. In the same way, in the past, Indians used grains and cattle as money. Thereafter came the use of metallic coins. Those were gold, silver, copper coins. And after that, metallic coins were used for exchange the commodities, and these coins were gold, silver, copper coins. A phase which continued well into the last century, and this phase has continued into the last century. Now we will move towards currency. Modern forms of money include currency, and modern form of money include currency. Those currency are paper notes and coins. Now we are using. Unlike the things that were used as money earlier, modern currency is not made of precious metal such as gold, silver, and copper. Means in the modern, there were no currency is made up of precious metals such as gold, silver, and copper. And unlike grain and cattle also, they are neither of everyday use. The modern currency is without any use of its own, and that modern currency is without any of its use. Then why is it accepted as medium of exchange? See the answer. It is accepted as a medium of exchange because the currency is authorized by the government of the country, because government authorized it to the country. Now we will move towards the next paragraph. In India, the Reserve Bank of India issues currency notes on behalf of the central government. Means who will print? Reserve Bank of India uses currency note on behalf of the central government. As per Indian law, no other individual or organization is allowed to issue currency, and as per the law, no other individual or organization is allowed to issue on currency. Moreover, the law legalizes the uses of a rupee as a medium of payment that cannot be refused in settling transactions in India, and no one can refuse in settling transactions in India. No individual in India can legally refuse a payment mode in rupees also. Hence, the rupee is widely accepted as a medium of exchange, and that's why rupees is widely accepted as a medium of exchange. Now we will move towards the next point: deposits with banks. The other form in which people hold money is as deposits with bank. Means people uses their deposits whichever are there with the banks. They hold money in that account. At a point of time, people need only some currency for their day-to-day needs, and at the point of time, people need only some currency for their daily uses. No instance, workers who receive their salaries at the end of each month have extra cash at the beginning of the month. And for instance, means because of their deposits, workers who receive their salaries at the end of each month have extra cash at the beginning of the month. What do people do with this extra cash? Now see the answer. The deposit it with the banks by opening a bank accounts in their names. Banks accept the deposits and also pay an amount as interest on the deposits, and extra cash was when people deposits it with the banks by opening account in their names. Banks accept the deposits and also pay an amount as interest on the deposits, and bank then pay an amount of interest on their deposits. In this way, people's money is safe with the banks and it earns as amount as interest. And in this way, people's money safe in that bank and they will get an amount as an interest. People also have the provision to withdraw the money as and when they require, and people have the provision to withdraw the money and when they require. Since the deposits in the bank accounts can be withdrawn on demand, these deposits are called demand deposits. And those deposits in the bank account, when people can withdraw on their demand, these deposits they will get, and this is called as demand deposits. Now we will move towards on next page. Demand deposits offer another interesting facility. It is this facility which lends it the essential characteristics of money, that of a medium of exchange. Means demand deposits offer some interesting facility, and that facility it is lends the essential characteristics of money, that is of a medium of exchange. You would have heard of payments being made by checks instead of cash. I mean, we hear in our surrounding, that is payments being made by checks instead of cash. For payment through checks, the payer who has an account with the banks makes out a check for a specific amount. A check is a paper instructing the bank to pay a specific amount for the person's account to the person in whose name the checks has been issued. And payment through the check, and the payer who has an account in the bank, he makes out a check for a specific amount. Then that check is a paper instructing to the bank to pay a specific amount from the person's account to the person in whose name on the check has been issued. Now in this way, then these rupees play an exchange of a medium, and this exchange of medium play via bank. Now we will move one type of check, that is check payments. For example, has given here, a shoe manufacturer M. Salim has to take a payment to the leather supplier and writes a check for a specific amount, who is a shoe manufacturer M. Salim, and he makes a payment through leather supplier and writers via checks for a specific amount. This means that the shoe manufacturer instructing this bank to pay this amount to the leather supplier. The leather supplier takes this check and deposits it in his own account in the bank. Then the money is transferred from one bank account to another bank account in a couple of days. The transaction is complete without any payment of cash. See here, account P. Here, who will pay? That is M. Salim. To who? Supplier and supplier of leather, that is Prem Kumar. To who pay? Salim pay to leather supplier Prem Kumar on dated 10/6/2016. How many rupees? 57,000 only. Here it is in words, here it is in number. This is account number of whose account number now? This is Salim's account number. Now below side is a branch code is there, this one, and this one is a check number. Here coding used by banks, and the signature of the manufacturer, that is M. Salim. Now we will move towards the next paragraph. Thus we see that demand deposits share the essential feature of money, the facility of checks against demand deposits make it possible to directly settle payments without the use of cash, and this deposit will do without the use of cash, since demand deposits are accepted widely as a means of payment along with the currency the constitute money in the modern economy. You must remember the role that the bank play here. Intermediate play by the bank. But for the bank, there would be no demand deposits and no payments by checks against these deposits. The modern form of money, currency, and deposits are closely linked to the working of the modern banking system. And in this way, there is a closely a relation to the working of the modern banking system. Now, on next page, 3 questions are there. Please student, do that question as a homework and send it on our WhatsApp group. Thank you.